Okay, we are done with the interface and just getting kind of used to what we're looking at, and now we're ready to start talking about actually using some commands in AutoCAD. I want to be upfront with everyone and say that this video series is not going to teach you how to use every single command in AutoCAD, but with the commands that I do show you, I'm going to show you absolutely everything about them and be very explicit and detailed, and that will allow you to teach yourself how to use some of the other commands, because the methods and the concepts are very consistent throughout all of AutoCAD's commands. So with that, another thing that I want to point out is that right now we're just going to be working with very blank drawings. We will talk about actual real template files in a future video. So I'm back at my Start tab. I closed up drawings that I had been working on previously, and I'm going to start a new drawing, and I'm going to do that by pulling down templates and saying I don't want to work with a template. I want to start with as blank of a blank drawing as I possibly can, and I'm now into a new drawing. I've started a couple of other ones and closed them up. AutoCAD just kind of keeps sequentially ordering them like that. I'm going to grab the line command, and that's the first thing that we're going to talk about. Couple of different ways to access the line command. The ribbon is probably the easiest. One click and you're done. But I do want you to understand that you can always type in a command name and work with it that way. And in fact, most commands in AutoCAD, in fact, all of them that I know of, have a shortcut. And to get to the line command, all you need to do is hit the L key and hit the Enter key, and you will also access the line command. For simplicity's sake, I'll just pick right up here and grab line. And I want you to watch the fact that what we're being asked to do next is at the command prompt down here, and it's at the cursor. You can see that it says specify first point right at the cursor. That is because of dynamic input, which I don't have the tool for it toggled on, or the switch for it toggled on. But if I were to pick customize and toggle on dynamic input, this icon now just appeared and you can see that it's on. So that's why your prompting is showing up at your cursor. If that's ever not showing up, go into the customization button and toggle on the button for dynamic input, and then toggle dynamic input on. So lots of background information on how to just get into the line command and all the background stuff for it. The first thing I wanted to do is show you how to create points, and we're going to have a whole series of videos. I'm going to show you just the easiest way, and the easiest way is to simply pick a point. I'm going to pick, and then the prompt at both our cursor and at the command prompt changes to specify the next point. Point is our key word here. It's expecting me to create a point, and the only way right now that we know how to create a point is to simply pick. Okay. Once we've picked or started the command, I also want you to note that, and it's kind of nice that we see 3 lines of input here, that when we first grabbed the line command, it told us to specify the first point. That is absolutely the only thing that we can do. There are no other options. You got to create a point somehow, and we picked to create that point. Once we did that, it prompted us for the second point or the next point, and then it also gave us the option to undo the picking of that first point. Maybe we picked a bad spot, didn't know what we were doing, we wanted to pick a new one. And in fact, once we did that, we did pick a point then, for a second point. Then it prompts us for a next point or undo, and I can undo again. If I wanted to undo because I didn't like where I just picked, I have a lot of different ways of accessing that option. One is to recognize that the word undo starts with a capital U. That's my key. I can type in a U if I want to. The other thing that I can do that's really easy, just a few releases of AutoCAD ago, they made the command line kind of interactive. I can actually go down here and pick undo right from the command prompt. The other thing that I can do is right click. We always have the ability to right click in AutoCAD. Years ago somebody told me if you're not sure what to do, right click and what you can do will be presented to you. Okay, and I can see that I can pick undo from in here. I'm just going to pick to get rid of it. Okay, it picked another point. But another way and a last way, and probably the least often used, is to hit the down arrow. If you look at the prompt on the screen, it says specify next point or, and that's an icon of the down arrow key. If I hit the down arrow key on the keyboard, anything that I can do will be presented there, and there's undo. And I'll do that. Now because I accidentally picked a third point, and I'll go ahead and purposely pick a third point now, the options change. Now I have the ability to close or undo. Okay? And the close option is just going to simply draw back to the very first point that we used to pick it. And I can access that close option by typing in a C, or by picking close from the command prompt, or by right clicking and picking close, or by hitting the down arrow and picking close. I'm going to go ahead and do the way I would usually do it because it's cheapest. I am notorious for doing things in the cheapest order. I'll pick, instead of typing and hitting enter, if I can, anything that creates a fewer number of things to do. That's typically the way I do it. So there's a quick overview of the line command, how to access it, how to access points. The only way we know how to create points right now is to pick, and then how to use the different options of the of the line command. And options will always appear at the command prompt in square braces like this. Okay, and lots of different commands in AutoCAD have lots and lots of different options. We just kind of have to keep an eye on it. No matter what the options are, we always have the ability to type in the capitalized letter, pick it from the command prompt, pick it from the right click or the shortcut menu, or pick it from the down arrow menu. And that's a quick overview of the line command. Next, we'll talk about numerous ways to create points.